मैं एक और चीज पूछना चाह रही थी।
Stop. Wait. Just started recording, I think. Yeah. Good morning, kids. And we continue the topic we have started. That is in case of acids, base, and salts. And today we are going to understand about neutralization reaction. We have covered previously about some of the indicators, and those indicators were, we have covered this about yesterday and in the previous classes also, turmeric as indicator, China rose as indicator, and of course litmus. Today we are going to understand the 5.3 heading, that is about neutralization. I define neutralization in very simple terms. In very simple terms, I define that neutralization will be how a base can neutralize the effect of an acid. How the base can neutralize or nullify the effect of an acid. If, for example, we are holding an acid, and how to remove that acidity. If that acid is completely nullified or removed or diluted, then that is what we call as neutralization reaction. And if I write it in the short form, it will go this way, that acid plus base, and that gives salt plus water. If you add acid to a base, it forms salt and water. Now today we are going to use which acid and which base? The simple one. Very simple one. We are going to use dilute HCl, and to that we are going to add a base, sodium hydroxide, and that forms the salt NaCl plus water. Now we are going to identify whether it has been neutralized or not. We have mixed two solutions together. How far we know that the acidity is removed or not, whether acidity is neutralized or not? What we are going to do is we are going to use another indicator for this. And for that we are going to use the indicator phenolphthalein. And as I told you, we are going to learn the name as phenol pH first phthalene, or the other way around. Four alphabets if we take up, we can take up this way. Phenol, that is pH, PHA, and then LEIN, phenolphthalein. Now, basic concept in this phenolphthalein is, once it is added to solutions, it gives different colors. And we are taking up this from activity number 5.5. Let's see what colors it imparts. Let me not write and let me see what it is going to do once it is phenolphthalein is exposed to HCl, and phenolphthalein is exposed to a base. What could be the color? I have taken up sodium hydroxide in this one. Dilute sodium hydroxide. Hydroxide means a base, right? And to that base, let me add phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is also a transparent solution. Can we see the color change?
Yes,
Phenolphthalein,
ma'am.
yeah, phenolphthalein is actually colorless, right? It's colorless, right? And let's see, adding it more and more, and let us see what the color comes up. Got it? So the
Yes,
color,
ma'am.
yeah,
It's dark pink.
dark pink color solution. So the color is, yes, it has to be dark pink color. Now let's do some fun.
Ma'am, magenta color.
Magenta, or even if you write out pink, it will do. Right? So if I added this here, right? Now let's do fun with this test tube only. Because it is filled up more, and now I have to add acid, so I am just putting it some amount of it in another test tube, because now I have to add acid to it, better, right? Let's see. And now let me add HCl to it. Something is happening. I'm
No,
going.
ma'am.
Abhi, just wait and watch. Base is more in amount. I'm adding a few more drops of it.
Ma'am, it's like light pink.
Light pink, it has totally gone. I have added the whole drop of it. Okay,
Yes, ma'am. It's transparent now.
let me add in front of you only. Because it's acid, sometimes we have to be a bit more cautious. See, this is pink in color, and let me keep it here only. And I'll bring some more acid and add to it. Gone?
Yes,
Gone?
ma'am.
Enough? Now let's have
Yes,
some.
ma'am.
Let's have some more fun. What if I add a few drops of base to it? Again pink, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And let me take this pink again, this one that has just been formed, because again the amount is more, so I'm taking it in another tube. And let me add some acid to this one. So it's a beautiful game. आप यहाँ होते तो आपसे कराती मैं. Gone?
Ma'am, very fastly the color changes to transparent.
Gone? Now actually, this test tube is fighting with this one that I also need to have pink color. So let's see. NaOH I'm adding again, base. Again pink.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Understand the science behind it. There's no magic, it's just science. cover these bottles of acid and base and I'll write down. So, once I added base phenolphthalein, and phenolphthalein imparts which color? Pink color. The moment it is exposed to acid, it becomes, either you will write down transparent or colorless. Now let's see what has happened. If I have taken up NaOH, that is a base, this base, as long as I have NaOH, as long as I have NaOH in the test tube, I will be getting which color? Pink color. But to this base, with pink color, I add a few drops of acid. The moment acid is added to NaOH, what happened? It had formed NaCl and water. That means in the test tube there was no more NaOH. Simple logic. As long as there is NaOH, sodium hydroxide, in the test tube, phenolphthalein is going to impart pink color. Right? First golden rule, phenolphthalein gives pink color. What is the color of phenolphthalein? Transparent, just like water. Right? And phenolphthalein becomes pink in base.
Ma'am, I have doubt.
Wait. Let me complete this first of all. Phenolphthalein remains phenolphthalein, transparent in an acid. This is clear to us? Now in a tube, if I add NaOH and to that NaOH I have added a few drops of phenolphthalein, pink color, understood? Now to the same test tube, if I add a few drops of acid, acid has neutralized, you can say finished NaOH in the tube. Now if there is no NaOH in the tube, there will not be any pink color. Understood? No NaOH, no pink color. That means the moment I added HCl, the solution had NaCl and H2O, salt and water. So in the solution there was no more NaOH. If NaOH is not there, pink color will not be there. After adding HCl to it, if again I added a few drops of NaOH, again there was this pink color. Why? Because some amount of NaOH was neutralized by HCl and it has formed salt plus water. Reaction over. Now if you add NaOH, the solution will have NaCl, H2O and NaOH. Getting my point? Let me understand it this way. For example, in a class, we were trying to balance girls and boys. 5 boys, 5 girls. Balanced? Okay, girls, boys, balanced. Now, if you add 5 more girls to it, to the balanced group, girls are addition. Right? Same way.
Ma'am, 5 boys and 10 girls.
Same way, if we are taking up in this way, there is this imbalance and this NaOH is in more amount there. So that NaOH actually imparts pink color. Now to that NaOH, if I add few more drops of HCl, that means to the NaOH, if I add few more drops of HCl, 5 girls, 5 boys, balanced, 5 more girls, again pink color, then 5 more boys, again balanced. Got it? Now ask your doubt. Somebody had some doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
मैम जब हम HCl
English,
और
please English, please English, please
yes
English.
ma'am,
Yeah.
if we react both HCl and NaOH, then we get common salt plus water plus CO2.
No, 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 no. If you are adding NaOH and HCl, you are going to get only NaCl and H2O. But if in place of NaOH, you add another salt, for example, sodium carbonate, or the salt that you have at this base that you have at home, baking soda, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, if you add, then you are going to get CO2.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if we react both HCl and NaOH, then we get common salt plus water.
Yeah,
Can we eat that salt?
you cannot eat that salt because that salt is in the secondary school laboratory. There is lot of salt available outside in the market. You cannot eat that salt. Bottom line is, jokes apart, you have to extract the salt from the solution and then definitely it can be utilized. But it needs processing. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other doubt? Some other kid was also, I think, asking something. Well, anyways, let's write about it. Neutralization reaction and its example. Two things we are going to write only today, and let's see if we can learn them also. Neutralization. The reaction between an acid between an acid and a base is known as neutralization reaction. Is known as neutralization reaction. Salt and water are produced salt. In an exam, we generally ask this for 3 marks. Okay, the definition of neutralization. Salt and water are produced in this process with the application of heat. In the process with the evolution of heat. Some amount of heat is also generated. An example will be like I gave you. See, in your class, in the junior class, what they do is that they write word equation, and I gave you the symbolic one. So we are going to write both of them. Okay, they will be given you in the form of words. So we should know the formula by now, I think. So let's start writing for it, and the example will be. This is the exact format. If it comes in the exam, you are supposed to write that. identify the kind of salt form. See, let me tell you, this actually will be there in your R classes. It's very simple to find out the formula. Here I am putting it in graph. See, the acid you have taken up is HCl, hydrochloric acid. Right? And you have taken up the base as NaOH. The formula of salt will be beginning with base and ending with this one. For example, it breaks down over here and this joins with this. This is what happens. That means N A from here and Cl from there. And HO and H, 2 hydrogen plus 1 oxygen is H2. Got it? This is nuclearization reaction. Note it down fast. 2 minutes of time I'm going to give you. And take a screenshot if you feel that you may be a bit slow in noting it down. One more thing we are going to note down today, kids. That is, I'm going to tell you about acid rain. While you are writing, we can understand a bit about that also.
Noted, ma'am.
Very good.
Good, ma'am.
Complete it. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of it. You feel that you have not written. So this is the general equation that goes for any entity you have added. And this one will be, of course, the formula. And this is what you call as a word equation.
We write some, ma'am, we write the acid in the box corner, in the corner. Ma'am, we have to write these also.
This is just for your information how this NaCl has formed. If in your exam they are asking about neutralization reaction and the equation, this much is enough. This is a 3 mark matter. 2 marks for the definition and 1 mark for writing the equation. Okay? So we have completed that, I suppose. Right?
Well done, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so let's get one more thing and understand about it. Acid rain. What exactly is acid rain? It's some of the acids, they are formed in air, you can say, and they fall down with the rain towards the earth. Or in short, if I give the definition of it, it is rain which contains some percentage of acid in it. Now, how these acids, they basically are found in the air. Once we burn some fuels, those fuels basically will form some gases. Carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. These gases, they rise up in the air. And in air, you know, that some amount of moisture is present. That moisture or water combines with these gases and form acids. These acids then, whenever it rains, along with the rain, they fall down towards the earth. Is it that acidic that if I move out in that rain, I can clearly make out that my skin will burn due to that acid? No. But that will have a long lasting impact. That may cause skin cancers. You just imagine, you must have heard about the yellowing of marble of Taj Mahal. If it can distort or destroy stone, then how much impact it will have on living tissue of plants and animals. Okay, so acid rain is really dangerous. Therefore, as person, what I can do is I can try to control the amount of fuel I'm burning. Okay, the more the fuel is burned, the more these gases will be produced, and of course, we will be having more and more frequency of acid rain falling towards the ground. Okay, so we are going to write a few lines about acid rain also, guys. Notes on acid. The rain containing excess of acids is known as acid rain. Is known as acid rain. It becomes acidic because it becomes acidic because carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide, they are actually released in the air as pollutants. Released in the air as pollutants, dissolve in raindrops to form dissolve in raindrops to form carbonic acid. CO2 will form carbonic acid, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid, respectively. Once you add this term, respectively, it means the same sequence the acids will be formed. Carbon dioxide will form carbonic acid, sulfur dioxide will form sulfuric acid, and nitrogen dioxide will form nitric acid. Respectively word, and that should be the same sequence. Acid rain can cause damage to buildings, acid rain can cause damage to buildings, destroy historical monuments like that of Taj Mahal. Historical monuments. Plants and animals. Specifically, we are concerned about humans. So this again can be asked to us for around 2-mark question, and in that we are supposed to write about acid rain. So how these gases they go in the air, you burn the fuel and these gases are released out of it. These are actually present, the components are present in the fuel and you burn them and then it rises up. It rises up, it combines with water vapors. Is it going to combine anytime? No, it cannot be combining anytime with water. Actually, these compounds, they need some source of energy to join. And that source of energy is available only at the time of thunderstorms. That means lightning. Bijli kadakna, right? That actually releases the energy to join these compounds together to form acids. And then they fall down towards the earth or the ground in the form of acid. So that's all from my side today. Try to write this, and if you feel that you cannot complete this in time, you can take a screenshot of it.
Ma'am, done.
And we are going to continue this chapter tomorrow also. Of course, some amount of assignment I am going to give you based up to here, and those assignments must be submitted in time, making a PDF out of it. Please make sure that a single PDF is only made and the PDF is quite clear. Use blue pen, the blue ink to write the answers and pencils to draw the diagram. Happy learning, kids.
Bye, ma'am.
Stay safe. Stay safe and happy learning. God bless you all.